agree. Let's move on.
Are Trump tariffs bad for America? That's a good question. I really don't know much about it. I just know since we'll have to pay we'll have to pay the taxes.
Yes.
I feel as if yes. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah. So my position is, in most cases, yes, the tariffs are bad for America.
Yeah.
There can be some cases where it's beneficial. So,
that's what I meant. Sorry. It's like some cases.
So a good example of this would be if we were to place a tariff on lithium-ion batteries from China because we want to produce those domestically, since they're used in drones, and we want to be able to power our drones in a time of war with China.
Right.
That would make sense.
Right.
However, placing tariffs on kitchen cabinets.
Oh yeah, like
overseas,
necessities and stuff. No,
that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason for us to be placing high tariffs on kitchen cabinets. If we're in a time of war, can we go without kitchen cabinets for 10 years? Yes. We don't need to upgrade our kitchen cabinets every 10 years if we're in a time of war.
Right.
And so those tariffs don't make any sense. The other thing too is when you tariff intermediate goods, so goods that are used as inputs in the final product, it makes us less competitive in exports. So like say that I'm constructing steel wagons. This wagon's not completely steel, but suppose there was no nylon, no cloth, it was just steel. And I gotta pay a 25% tariff on steel coming into the country. It's gonna make it a lot harder for me to compete internationally in selling my wagons. And so we might hear some stories of businesses reshoring or building manufacturers in America building factories. However, what we're probably not gonna hear as much in the news, or at least what people who lean Republican might not hear as much in the news, is the businesses that have to shut down because they can't afford the higher cost of intermediate goods that are used in production that we then export overseas.
Right.
So there's hidden costs that if someone's only looking at the news of factories being built, they won't see, like the factories that have to shut down because we can't compete internationally as a result of high tariffs on intermediate goods.
Right.
A final thing, the income tax. Republicans have talked about eliminating the income tax, replacing it with tariffs. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Eliminating the income tax, good idea. Replacing it with tariffs, bad idea. So if, for example, we produce apples domestically in America and we import cocoa, like the stuff you eat.
Yeah.
If I want to eat an apple or cocoa, I don't want that decision to be distorted by how much tax there is in the form of a tariff on the cocoa. Because if we tariff the cocoa at 100% and it was $1 and the apple was $1, well, now the cocoa is $2. So now I'm going to end up eating more apples and less cocoa than I would ideally eat.
Right.
And so instead of a tariff, we would actually want, if we're going to replace the income tax, just place a value-added tax or a consumption tax on the cocoa that's imported, on imported goods, and domestic goods like apples.
Right. Yeah. That was good, man. I actually enjoyed talking to you, man.
Thank you.
I got to head to class, honestly, but you have a channel?
I do.
Or anything?
Yeah, I'm happy to give it to you.
No problem.